What up everybody, it's your girl July from Kickback Couture. Today I'm going to show you how to make instant counter melodies. Alright, let's get straight into it. Boom! So, this is the original pluck melody we have right here. And what we're going to do is add a counter melody basically instantly. So I'm going to tell you what it sounds like, or let you hear what it sounds like, and then show you how I did it. Okay, so what it's coming from is a plugin called Virtual Pianist by UJAM. And this is the Vogue library. This is the first library they put out. They're going to put out different libraries. But I'm going to show you how to do this from scratch. So I'm going to mute this, and it's really simple. We're going to open up another instance of Virtual Pianist, right? We're going to copy the notes that we had for the original melody and paste it here. Now what I did is I brought it up an octave so that the lower frequencies of the piano don't compete as much with the bass and the drums that I'm going to add later. And now we have this. Now the cool thing about this specific plugin is that you can access fills with these keys here. And if you hover over them, it'll tell you what it is. So this is a certain phrase. This is intensity 4. I could change it to 3 if I want to, and it'll sound different. So you can play with how dense you want it to be. There's even a busyness knob here that you could turn up. Now to the fills, we can add these in and it'll do something like this. So now you can see what they'll sound like when they're triggered. So what I did in my original counter melody was I added these. And of course, technically there's no such thing as a counter melody, but it's a slang term we use in music production now, which means a melody that supports another melody, counter melody, or doesn't do the exact same thing, but helps add to the original. So that's what we have here. Now, in terms of the Virtual Pianist, there are tons of effects within it to help you change the sound of the piano. So you could change the character. We have a dark and a light knob here. And we also have some effects here. So we got finisher. And this is a collection of effects. It's not just one effect. You could go in and find one that you like. Turn up the amount. You also got ambience, which is like reverb. Got some echoes and delays in here as well, and combinations. Now, as you can see, I didn't really change much. I used the initial preset. Not much I changed here, but you can go deeper and change things. So for example, if you have a beat and you know exactly what the key is, you can also set the key. It's best to set the key so that it sounds right. So this looks like it's in D minor. So what I do is go to the plugin and I set it to D minor. Now I didn't have to do that for this one because I didn't have any chords. We set the key, and you can hear a different vibe to it. Now I'm gonna keep it off for this specific instance, this example, but keep that in mind. If it doesn't sound right, you may want to change the key and set it to whatever your loop is or whatever you made your melody in. Style. We can change the style. Gonna add the original melody back so we can hear them together. Okay, so tons of things you could do there. You also have the master here with the dynamics, and you could detune it if you would like to. I'm gonna leave it how it is for now. And then up here you have a bunch of different categories, and this will make the piano melodies sound different, the chords and everything. So just go through these and see which ones you like. There is a free trial you can access, and I'll make sure to put the links in the description so you could check it out. But now I bring you an example with an R&B beat. Cool, so that's what the melody sounds like without Virtual Pianist as a counter melody, adding a counter melody, and this is what it sounds like with it. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is add another instance. I'm going to keep the one I have, but let's just see what the other possibilities are, okay? So we're going to go to Virtual Pianist. Here we are again, and we're going to copy these notes over from the original melody we had. Open it up. And now what I might want to do is set the key, or it might sound a little weird, so I'm going to make sure I have only this playing for the moment. Alright, it actually sounds pretty good. I don't want it to play chords on top of the chords I already have, so I'm going to move this down here in intensity. And what you'll notice is that there are some keys being triggered that are moving the type of intensity we're getting. So I'm going to move this up an octave, Command and up. You'll see the mark between the purple and the orange keys. The orange keys are the intensity, the purple keys are where you can play, and that's at C3. So we just make sure that everything in this MIDI clip is above C3, or else it'll re-trigger something, and we want to trigger that ourselves. Okay, cool. Now let's actually set the key. It sounds good, but let's see what it might sound like if we set it to exactly what our beat is doing, and that'll be E minor here. All good. Let's go through some of the different styles and see what else we could get. That sounds pretty. Make it darker. Cool, so now we got a nice counter melody that we just added with another instance of virtual pianist. But let's say you don't want to add another piano. That's completely fine as well. So in order to take any kind of notes generated from here, you can use these little phrases right here. And there's 6 dots on each phrase, fill, whatever you would like to call it. There's 6 dots there, and it is a MIDI file that you can drag into place wherever you would like to. Now, MIDI out, as far as burning the MIDI to the track or sending the MIDI to another instrument, doesn't exist quite yet. I'm sure it's coming in an update, but what you can do is take the phrases here and drag them into your track. So I can take this and put it into this track. And I could take this half and put it in here as well. Listen to that version. Sounds cool to me. And you can just go back and forth with all of these different options and choose which one you like. You could build an entire track with it if you wanted to. You have Busyness that you could turn up and you could try it again. And you know, if you're making hip hop and R&B, you probably love adding effects like halftime. So take these notes, copy them over, turn it down, and now you got a beat with counter melodies. Now, of course, you wouldn't play all of these counter melodies at once, but it'll definitely help you move your beat along when you're going from bridge, chorus, to verse and everything like that. And, you know, just breaking it down and adding more change-ups. Alright, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment if you got something to say. Definitely let me know what you would like to see next. It's all culture, kick back, and cook up.